Yo, what's going on guys? I'm FlipArtz and welcome back to a brand new Fortnite video. Today I'll be going over all of your challenges for your week 4 weekly challenges for your Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 4 Battle Pass. They're pretty interesting this week and some of them are going to take quite a lot of time. So with that, let's get right into the video. So coming in for our very first challenge, it's going to be to search for chests at Slurpy Swamp. And to complete this challenge, you'll need to search for 7 chests, as you guys could probably have already guessed. And I didn't personally find this challenge to be that difficult, but because I don't really land here very often, it's not exactly a location that I decide to land to on a regular basis. It was hard to remember where the particular chests actually typically spawn, and as every weekly challenge so far for searching for chests, this is going to be one of those situations where you really want to get a good landing into a building or location to hopefully get that hopeful chest spawn. As you guys know, not every chest is a 100% spawn rate just before others can test you for the same challenge. So good luck, but if you guys do want to make it easier on yourself, you guys can also do this in Team Rumble, as that does have a 100% spawn rate. But you guys know me, I don't like trying to make things easy on myself. I'm gonna go do this in a solo, a duo, trio, a squad. But now moving on to our second challenge, it'll be to get eliminations at Weeping Woods. And to complete this challenge, you'll need to earn 3 eliminations. This challenge isn't that bad either, as if you don't or do manage to get any chests from Slurpy Swamp, you guys can actually make a very easy rotation over to Weeping Woods and hope to get yourselves into some gunfights in this location since it's pretty nearby. And then moving on to our third challenge, it'll be to deal damage within 10 seconds of bouncing off an umbrella at Sweaty Sands. And to complete this challenge, you'll need to deal 100 points worth of damage, and this challenge isn't actually that bad, but I honestly think that you might find some trouble in actually completing this challenge because not many people actually land at Sweaty Sands despite there being a challenge for it here, and at least that was in my experience. But all you really got to do for this challenge is keep yourself fairly close to some of the actual umbrellas that are scattered across Sweaty Sands. Some of them you can actually find on top of the buildings, on the rooftops and things like that, but most of them are going to be along the beach side, and you don't have to keep jumping on them like I kind of did because I kind of did it that way, but you can actually just go and jump on them once and then deal damage on them as you really need to when you guys are getting in your gunfight. So simply just jump on one and then it's okay to be on the ground. Just count for 10 seconds and make sure you're dealing damage within those 10 seconds. If you don't manage to, go and find the umbrella again or another one nearby, jump on that, and then feel free to go and do another build battle or whatever you have to do, as long as you're getting damage within those 10 seconds of after being able to jump onto an umbrella. And now moving on to our fourth challenge, by far this is going to be one of the easiest ones. It'll be to destroy the collector cases at the collection, and to complete this challenge you'll need to destroy 3 of the collector cases at the collection POI. This is going to be one of the easiest challenges by far that you guys are going to have for this week here of week number 4. But for this one, all you need to do is go over to the collection POI located just east of Misty Meadows or south of Caddy Corner on the side of a mountain. And all you're really going to need to do here is just break the glass of all of the different collector cases, and there's a bunch of them around, but on the top and on the bottom as well. So it doesn't matter which platforms you really land on, there's going to be enough to go around, and it doesn't matter how you break them as well. Whether you're going to shoot at it or pickaxe it, it'll count towards the challenge. And also, if you guys are interested, shameless but not shameless plug, I made a video about the collection POI pretty much when it was first released and talked about pretty much everything inside of each of the different collector cases and what they could possibly mean in terms of their backstory as items and lore here for Fortnite. So if you're interested in that kind of thing and checking that out, there should be a link at the top right corner of the screen here on the video that will actually lead you guys over to that video. But if you guys want to watch that after this video here, you guys can check it out here on the channel. Go to my videos and you'll be able to find it there as well, and drop a like and, you know, leave a comment on that video as well. Say that you came from this video here. That'd be pretty cool. But now moving on to our 5th challenge, it states to hack Stark robots at Stark Industries, and to complete this challenge you'll need to hack 5 Stark robots. Now this one's pretty easy as well, but don't get this challenge confused, as it specifically states to hack Stark robots at Stark Industries, essentially the newest POI added as of me recording this video so far, and not hacking Stark robots at the Quinjet landing site location. So don't get that confused. You need to be here at the Stark Industries and hack the Stark robots that are in this location specifically. So again, this one isn't so bad, and I found that landing in the parking lot should give you a higher chance at actually being able to hack at least 1 or 2 of the Stark robots, since not many people actually land here at the parking lot, as you guys are able to see here in the gameplay specifically, but they actually land in the main building, which is next to the parking lot, or in the hangar further back of the Stark Industries location. But from here, if you're lucky enough to make it out and hack 2 of the robots, or at least one of them, then there are going to be some robots still remaining inside, hopefully, and then you can make your way to the main building, search for more if there is any, and then go outside to find some more of the Stark robots that are patrolling outside. Now moving on to our 6th challenge, it'll be to destroy gatherers, and to complete this challenge, you'll need to destroy 20 gatherers. Now, this challenge will also tie into the last challenge, which I might as well tell you guys right now, which is going to be for your last challenge, your 7th challenge. It states to deal damage with the gatherer's remains. To complete that challenge, you'll need to deal 10,000 damage. And you can also keep in mind that for this particular challenge, it's an automatic party assisted challenge, so your duo partner, trio if they ever bring it back, and squad mates can actually help you guys out with this challenge as well, and everybody can benefit if you guys are all working together. So in terms of these 2 challenges, there's a way to kind of complete both of them roughly at the same time, so long that you're not being third-partied by other players while attempting this and not being pushed away by a new zone. But to find the gatherers' locations in the first place, they're completely random every match, and they don't exactly have specific spots that they land at, but sometimes they do frequent more different name locations than others. I found that they usually spawn kind of near Salty Springs, but that's just in my experience. But you'll know that they've landed on the map when you see a big red beam of light come down on the map, but unfortunately they don't have a system right now where they could just tell you that they've spawned on the map with an icon similar to, you know, the Quinjet locations that we have, or when a supply drop is spawned. But if you heard it here first, and I'm telling you right now, you are hearing it here first, that if we do get an update in the next patch or the next couple of weeks here, it was my idea. So be sure to tell everybody about it if it does end up coming into Fortnite as an update. But going back to the main challenge here, when you finally find the gatherers, it'll be accompanied by a giant floating machine called a Gorger, I hope I'm saying that right, which is a type of boss kind of like Iron Man for the season, but can spawn gatherers over time, and the gatherers are basically the smaller floating robots. So for this challenge, it states to destroy 20 gatherers, and the best way that I found to do this is by destroying the 2 gatherers that it spawns alongside of the Gorger, and from there you can actually wait until the Gorger spawns out 2 more, and then you can rinse and repeat this until you've completed the challenge, getting all of them done. And you'll know that the boss is going to spawn gatherers because it'll drop the side shields that it has, or like these big giant plates on the side. It'll drop down on either side, and it will reveal a glowing orange section. I don't exactly know what you would want to call this, but I guess you could just say it's a gatherer spawner, which also you can keep in mind it's actually one of its weak points as well. So technically you're actually supposed to shoot at it to lower its HP even more and help destroy the Gorger, but we don't actually want to do that right now, or at least in this case. So once you've let all of the Gorgers spawn all the necessary amounts of gatherers that you need for this challenge, in this case 20, you'll be done with this challenge. But for the last challenge as mentioned, which is to deal damage with a gatherer's remains, what this means is that when you shoot a gatherer, it doesn't actually blow up right away. Instead, it'll actually fall to the ground and then start beeping, and then it'll start to beep faster and faster and then rapidly until it decides to self-destruct. However, if you can actually get to it before that happens, you can actually pick it up and use it as a weapon, but it won't take up an inventory slot. So there's actually 2 firing modes for the Gatherer. The first one is going to be by just tapping it like a regular gun, and that will constantly shoot out these missile-like launchers, which only deals a measly 37 damage at a time. This is going to be painstaking later, but we'll get into that. And then the second firing mode is by holding down the firing button, which will allow you to charge up the Gatherer main, and then unleash a heavy beam similar to the Iron Man's Uni-Beam ability. And so after that, by charging it for a short time and then you let it go, it'll unleash the beam, dealing 90 damage, but by using this beam, you'll actually throw away the Gatherer's main weapon and you won't be able to pick it up again unless you go and destroy another one and then pick that up and then rinse and repeat. And so the trick to farming damage for this challenge, which again is going to be for 10,000 damage to complete this challenge, is by doing the same thing as you would for the first challenge before this, which was to destroy the Gatherers. But what you want to do is pick up the Gatherer's main after you down one and then use it to destroy the other Gatherers that spawn in. And because it's only dealing 37 damage per shot on the first firing mode, you can take shots at the Gorger too, but just keep in mind that you'll want to watch its HP, as you want to keep this process going on as long as possible and keep the Gorger alive, as you'll want that alive so it can keep spawning Gatherers for you so that you can keep damaging those and counting it towards the challenge. But eventually you'll get this challenge completed, but I do not expect anyone to be able to deal 10,000 damage in their first game and their first attempt at this, but I do expect that you would be able to at least get 20 gatherers destroyed for that challenge, if not close to it. This challenge will definitely be the most time consuming challenge to do right now, and it's still probably going to take a lot of time even if you do have a full party of 4, but you could also just hold on to the gatherer and hope to deal some damage to real opponents as well, but it's not going to be that great of a weapon, and if you decide to drop it during a build battle, then unfortunately you won't be able to pick it back up. So that's going to be something you're going to need to keep in mind as well. And another thing that you could do as well is you could take a gatherer and then bring it over to a Quinjet location and hope that there are Stark robots over there, and then deal damage to the Stark robots as well, and any damage that you do to a Stark robot will count towards this challenge as well, so that is something that you guys can keep in mind as well. But again, a lot of this is just going to depend on how much time you get to actually spend with a Gorger and the gatherers before either being contested by other players, or if a storm actually moves you to a different zone. That's going to be one of the unfortunate parts. So you really want to try your best to find them early if possible, and then have as much time and deal as much damage as you can within that allotted time before you guys ended up moving to a different location or attacked by different players. And so with that hefty explanation out of the way, that will be all 7 of your weekly challenges for your week number 4 of the chapter 2 season 4 battle pass. I'm really hoping we don't have any other challenges like this that require a party assisted challenge with an insane damage counter for completion, because those are absolutely ridiculous, just like from last season for dealing 10,000 damage in a vehicle. I hated that one. I don't know about you guys, but what do you guys think about the Gorgers and the Gatherers though? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If I was able to help you guys out, or you guys enjoyed the video, remember to drop a like here on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon next to the subscribe button. That way you guys don't miss out every time I upload a new video here to the channel. And if you guys are interested, I'm streaming pretty much every single day over on Twitch at twitch.tv/FlipArtz live. The link will be down in the description below. So if you guys would like to join the rest of the Arts Fam community and myself and have a chance to interact with me and the others live in the chat and get some games in and have a great time, come and drop the follow for me again over on Twitch over there at twitch.tv/FlipArtz live. Again, the link will be down in the description below. So thank you guys again for watching. Catch you on the flip side. Arts out.